went to the DC Historic Preservation Office to ask the city archaeologist what's in your lab. The lab, in this case, is a conference room taken over by archaeologists for the day.
I'd like to welcome you to our portable lab. Unfortunately, the DC Historic Preservation Office does not have a permanent single repository or lab space. So we rely on creating our own lab space, which I know is not uncommon in archaeology, whether you're in an office building or you're in the field and you need to create a field laboratory on site. So I thought I'd walk you through what we use. We use these large tubs filled with water, and we have these smaller colanders to wash the artifacts in, those that will be washed with water. We use, just like any archaeologist, we use toothbrushes, paintbrushes when washing artifacts. If we're not using the water, we use the dental picks to scrape off the corrosion from metal artifacts.
We're here in the lab working on artifacts from the Shotgun House public archaeology projects. The poster behind me is an outline of what we did over the course of 9 months in the field in Capitol Hill. And this was a public project excavated mostly by volunteers, grad students, and some of the DC Historic Preservation Office staff, interns, and Capital City Fellow. And today we're in the lab. It's February. It's winter here, but we're not outside digging. We're doing lab work. And we're watching artifacts from one of the features that we found, a midden deposit or trash layer that was buried in the yard under a clay cap. And so it was sealed in time very nicely, and it was underneath a garage building at the rear of the yard. And at some point, people were depositing all of their trash and coal ash from heating the house in the backyard along the rear lot line. And one of the interesting pieces of historical information we have on former residents is that one of the characters who lived in the house was actually arrested and made the police blotter in the newspaper. And the little article is called "Broke Up the Furniture." And his wife had called the police because he was literally breaking up the furniture, according to the newspaper, and had gone on a 30-day drinking bender. And in this deposit, throughout the midden, we have artifacts that mend with each other, the same pattern, the same types of artifacts, and we're wondering if this deposit can be related to that incident of broke up the furniture.
And out of this particular trash midden, we have lots of whole ceramics that will have broken apart, but we can mend them back together. And we also have a lot of really cool glass embossed pieces like this pesticide, with a really lovely drawing of what I assume is a roach on it. And once they're dry, we'll rebag them, and then we'll start trying to figure out if we can date this trash midden and see what it tells us about historical newspaper records, and we can tie them together with the stories that we know about this family.